What's going on, SMG fishing fans? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're just continuing to work on this dirty ass lens. So what we've been working on the last couple weeks is those vertical supports. We were able to put some C-channel on top of them and also angled aluminum on either side so as to get it a little bit of a platform for the deck. And today I went across on the left side and the right side and I'm just putting in supports for the deck so it's a little more sturdy. First thing I'm thinking about is if I'm going to be putting in a recessed tray for my trolling motor foot pedal. Second thing is trying to figure out whether or not I want to add a front seat mount. Second thing I'm trying to figure out is if I want to add this, which is a pedestal mount. You mount this pretty much on the deck of your boat and then the pedestal slides right in there and it'll give you either a regular seat in the front or a leaner or whatever you want to use. The only trouble with this is that if I'm going to put it in here, I have to have some kind of support going underneath here on the front and the back and both sides, because if you just mount it to this aluminum, you see how flimsy that can be? So we'd have to go all four corners, and I think it'd probably be really sturdy. The only question is, will I use it? Oh, don't you just love when your battery dies on you? It's like the most fun thing ever to happen. Anyway, like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. So I think I could probably mount this on there. The only problem is, will I use it? I have one on my boat right now that I'm fishing out of, my 14-foot Duracraft, but I never use it. The only time I would ever use the pedestal seat is if I'm trolling for a long distance. I only had electric trolling motors on there for a while. So with this boat, however, I have a gas-powered outboard motor. And with a gas-powered outboard, obviously, I'm not going to be using the front trolling motors to get from point A to point B. I'll be using my outboard, which I'll have a seat for in the middle of the boat. So if I put it in there, will I use it? If I don't put it in there, will I regret putting it in there? So I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. Also, the recessed trolling motor mount needs to go in there too. That's another thing. And I don't have one with me, and I really want to get this thing wrapped up right now and put this decking that I bought on here. I get it all carpeted up and everything. So here's what I've been working on. I got these two supports put in here, so this thing is not gonna move. And I got these two supports put in here, which is not gonna move once I fix this. This board is a little loose right now, but we're working on it. And then I've already got these two put in here. That's not going anywhere. And then what we have to do here is you can't just come straight across like I did on those sides, because this is going to be a hatch and this is going to be a hatch. So what I've been doing for all these cross members right here is I've been just taking two pieces of angled aluminum and setting them next to each other, so it's more of a T piece of aluminum. I think that's what I'm going to do up here. I think I'm just going to come up and add another 1-inch piece here, the 1-inch piece here, and then I'm probably going to just take and go straight down here, and then this will be my hatch. It'll open up like this. But that way also I'll have some room back here to have some wood so the hinges can sit on the actual door. So it's actually been about 3 weeks since I shot that last footage that you guys were just watching. I was going through the footage and I realized that I didn't even cover the coolest part of this build, I think, pretty cool, was this piece right here, the hatch lid support. I had to come through here and put this piece across from here, which runs from the top of this rib to the top of this rib, pieces that were already here previously. And then I had to rivet it in, but then this rib right here didn't have a support piece to it. So then I had to come and put that L bracket there and rivet it on. That was pretty ingenious. And so then after I connected this piece and put the L brackets in there, I had to put this piece on here. If this was the only piece I had on here, this is actually angled out a little bit, so then the deck lid would have been crooked and would have drove me nuts. This is where I'm going to put the piece of wood for the actual deck, and then the hatch lid is going to bump up right here. That'll give me a piece, put a hinge on it. And then I also created this bracket here, which is another piece of angled aluminum. I just cut it off right there so it's straight here instead of being an angled piece, riveted it on both sides. And then I came right here, also all the way up here, I connected it to this piece of C-channel on the plywood that's already here. So this thing is like super sturdy now. I love it. It's great. And then of course after that, my wife came out and stopped me in the middle of what I was doing, and I think we went Christmas shopping or something, and then 3 weeks happened because of, you know, holidays and family and stuff. And then we go back to where we are right now. And then same thing for this one. I'm just gonna add another inch, maybe another 1.5 inch piece on either side. This hatch is probably gonna open like this. Maybe like this. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that's what I've done. Next thing I have to do is I'm gonna put a mount here. So I'm gonna go 2 going this way and then 2 going the other way. So I'll have a boxed in piece for where my trolling motor mount is gonna be. I haven't bought that yet, so I need to go online and find the dimensions of one of them and just use that so I can continue with this work right now. And then, like I said earlier, I'll be figuring out if I wanna do this or not and put this in the front of my boat. I'm definitely gonna have one in the back of the boat because that's where my co-angler will be. I don't know, I'll probably put one. Screw it, I'm just gonna put one in the front and one in the back because I know I'll regret it if I don't. Might as well just go ahead and do it now while I have the chance to do it. Instead of me going back later on down the road, having to pull up the entire deck or just not having a seat. So yeah, that's the plan. Next step, after I get these supports all fixed out and the mounts for both the front pedestal and the front recessed trolling motor mount, we're gonna be carpeting. So after we get all the deck done, we're gonna take this 1/2-inch plywood that I bought today. We're going to set it down, line it up, and cut all the hatch lids out. And then we can start carpeting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And as always, if you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below in the comments section. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, pretty good.